So let's talk about the art of laziness. Now, I know what you're thinking, but no, this isn't about how to binge watch an entire series in one sitting. It's actually about flipping the whole idea of laziness on its head so you can finally beat procrastination and start living a life without regret.
I want to kick things off with a pretty big question, one that the book we're looking at puts right up front. I want you to really honestly think about it for a second. When you're 80 years old, looking back, what are you going to regret?
The book points out that for most of us, the answers are pretty similar. It's things like, I wish I hadn't wasted so much time, or I wish I'd pursued what I truly loved, or I wish I'd taken better care of myself. These are the things that sting the most when we look back.
And here's why that question is so important. We all kind of hope we'll make it to 100, right? But the average life expectancy worldwide is only about 72 years. That's roughly 3,700 weeks. It sounds like a lot, but trust me, it goes by in an absolute flash. We just don't have as much time as we think. Okay, so how do we make sure those years actually count? Well, the very first, most fundamental principle in the book is this. You have to take 100% responsibility for your life. And this quote from Winston Churchill just nails it. A great life, or even just a happy one, doesn't just happen. It's something you build, and the foundation is ownership. Look at this. It's a tale of two mindsets. On one side, you've got blaming other people. Sure, it might feel good for a second, it gets you off the hook, but it solves absolutely nothing. It just keeps you stuck. But on the other side, taking responsibility, that's the only way to actually find a solution and change things. It puts you back in the driver's seat. Now, the book gets pretty blunt here with some harsh truths. And listen, this isn't about beating yourself up. It's actually the opposite. It's about empowerment. It's about realizing that no one else is going to swoop in and achieve your goals for you. You're the one. You're the only one who can make it happen. So let's say you're ready to take charge. What's holding you back? Well, even with the best intentions, we all fall into these sneaky little mental traps. The book highlights 3 of the biggest ones. First up, the comfort zone. We all know this place, right? It's cozy, it's familiar, it's safe, but like it says here, nothing ever grows there. Real growth, real happiness, it's found when you do the hard things, when you step outside that bubble. Trap number 2 is a big one, perfectionism. We tell ourselves, oh, I'm just waiting for everything to be perfect before I start. But really, that's just fear talking. This quote says it all. Perfectionism is the disease, and the only cure is taking action. And this simple phrase is the antidote. Seriously, so many amazing ideas die because we get bogged down in tiny details. It is so much better to have something finished, even if it's not perfect, than to have a perfect plan that never ever sees the light of day. And that leads us right into the third and final trap, waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time to start that business, to learn that skill, to get in shape. It's a myth. It doesn't exist. It's the ultimate excuse for delay. The only time you really have is right now. Sometimes the best way to really get these ideas to stick is through a simple story. The book uses a couple of really memorable parables to drive these points home. The lesson from the first story is blunt, but it's crucial. Nobody is coming to save you. It's your life. You have to be your own hero. So there's this farmer, right? His wheat is ready for harvest. First, he waits for his sons to help him. Nothing. Then he waits for his farmhands. Still nothing. Days are passing. Finally, he just says, you know what? If I want this done, I have to do it myself. And the second he takes that responsibility, the work gets done. The second story is about a king. He was given this special ring with a hidden message inside, one he was told to only read when things were absolutely hopeless. And that day came. His army was crushed, he was on the run, and he found himself trapped at the edge of a cliff. It was over. So he opens the ring, and the message inside simply reads, "This too shall pass." In that moment of total despair, those 4 words gave him the perspective he needed to carry on. But here's the twist. The story doesn't end there. Later, he rallies his army and wins a massive, decisive victory. As the entire kingdom is celebrating, he remembers the ring, and he reads the message again. It reminds him that just like the bad times, the good times also pass. It's a lesson in humility and in staying grounded, no matter what. So, after all that, the mindset traps, the stories, what does it all mean for us, right here, right now? Well, it all comes down to this one last powerful idea. I absolutely love this proverb. We've all got things we wish we'd started ages ago, right? And yeah, you can't go back in time and plant that tree 20 years ago. That ship has sailed. But you know what? The second best time is available to you this very second. And that's really the heart of it. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for permission. And please, don't wait for the perfect time. Take responsibility, break out of those mental traps, and just start. Because time is running out. The time to start living is now.